Here, give me a little more on this. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, friends. It is a delight to be with you all here this morning to cut the ribbon on the Akron-Canton Regional Foodbank Stark County campus. How about this today, huh? Woo! It's such an honor to be here with all of you. And I want the folks standing over to the side to know that there is some seating still available over here to stage left. If you would like to grab a seat, there's certainly opportunities for you to sit down. The program's not going to be too long today, but man, am I ever happy to see all of you. Standing outside as you came in this morning, shaking hands with so many wonderful friends that helped make this project happen. What an arrival. It's amazing. So obviously, I'm super honored to talk about the vision and you know, background of this project today. And obviously, I'm honored to welcome you. This is one of those special days where witnesses in time can come together to commemorate a collective achievement of the highest aspirations. When we think of who we want to be in a community, do we want to be a community that takes care of people that are struggling, that meets people sometimes at their lowest moments with love? Well, that's what the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank does, and that's what this project represents. Thank you. Many thousands of people will pass through these doors, and many more will be blessed by this place in the decades to come. But fate and fortune has brought all of us here today for this moment. And we are charter passengers on a joyous ship of goodwill. It is, of course, a tremendous personal honor to stand here before you this morning, to see the smiles and the pride on the faces of so many people that have made this project happen. And I hope to get a chance to shake all your hands today and to let you know how much I personally appreciate you, how much we appreciate you, but I would be remiss if I did not start by recognizing the first love of my life. My mom is right here. Mom, I love you so much, Mom. And I know how proud Dad would have been to be here today. And my brother Dave is here, and thank you both for making the trip from Davison to be here. And what I always say, the four biggest donors the food bank has ever had, my wife and kids, are here today. And so thank you so much for being here, Holly, John, Andy, and Mary. Here we are, honey. I love you, babe. Thank you. To our beautiful staff, the workers who responded to the pandemic and built this building during the same year. What a blessing you are to so many. Wave your hands, members of the staff. Goodness sakes, we got the best team. We love you so much. To the members of the staff, I want to declare to you today that this is a grand fortissimo, born out of years of intricate and gathering crescendo for the music majors in the room. Although it's lovely to hear, it's even more enjoyable to play. And what an honor it is to sow such sweet melodies with you. To our magnificent board of directors who have championed this project from day one, it all begins and ends with leadership. We welcome you and we love you. Would members of our board please just wave so we can give you a round of applause and recognize your work and sacrifice and leadership. Leadership. Now, we've got a great group of guests that are with us today, and obviously our campaign co-chairs, Mr. Bill Shivers is here with us this morning, who led the Food Bank's board of directors for many years and co-chaired this campaign at the same time. A great leader for our food bank, along with his co-chair, Miss Janelle Lee. The two of them together have been great leaders for this project. We love you, and we look forward to hearing from you later. Thank you so much. I'd like to take a moment to recognize elected officials that are with us today. There was a lot of help from public officials on this project. Getting any project like this done takes a village, there's no doubt about it, and the leaders of the village play a very, very important role. And I'd like to take a moment and recognize Secretary of State, Mr. Frank LaRose, from the great state of Ohio, Secretary of State, and Senator Kirk Schuring. Is Senator Schuring? There he is. Thank you, Senator Schuring, for being here with us today. Representative Thomas West. Where's Representative West at? Thank you, Representative West. And we have representatives from Representative Gibbs, Representative Gonzalez, and of course, our great mayor of the city of Canton, Mr. Thomas Burnaby, is here this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. To all of our donors and friends that are with us today, your faith and your fortunes, your wise counsel and generosity have powered the sails of this vision and brought us home to port today on Cherry Avenue in Canton, Ohio. This beautiful purpose-built food bank we're standing in today is the newest and among the finest food banks in the country. This is the real deal. This building was made to be a food bank, with the best ideas and the best design concepts from the purpose-built food banks around the country, and this baby is gonna hum. And today we will dedicate this building to its purpose, celebrate its vision and the people that made it happen. And so now I would ask that we give our attention to a great supporter of the food bank, a U.S. Army Green Beret, and the Secretary of State of the great state of Ohio, a great friend of the food bank and one of my great friends, Frank LaRose, who will lead us in presenting the colors today with special guests from the Ohio National Guard. Secretary LaRose.
Well, thank you, Dan. When this was going to be an outside ceremony, we were going to do a flag raising, and so I'm happy to call up Master Sergeant Fortney from the Ohio National Guard, as well as Private First Class Beatty, right? And thank you so much to both of them for being up here. I do want to recognize all of our fellow veterans. If you are able, please stand or raise your hand at this time so that we can recognize you. So this marks two important occasions, not only the opening of this new facility, but also the end tomorrow of a very significant mission. I think all of you know that the Ohio National Guard, these citizen soldiers, stepped up in our state's time of need, as they always do, when in March of 2020, they began an important mission of soldiers and airmen from the Ohio National Guard working with the food bank. And I can tell you, I saw it firsthand, because we were with the food bank doing voter registration. We were with the food bank helping food bank recipients get their absentee ballot requests as we were doing these drive-through food distributions. And the culture of the military meshed immediately with the culture of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. I tell you why. This is a group of people who are first mission-focused. The people in the military, of course, are legendary for that, but that's the way the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank operates as well. I can tell you that these are a group of people that look out for each other. That's what they do in the military. They look out for their brothers and sisters, and that's the way the food bank is. These are a group of people that take their mission very seriously, but don't take themselves too seriously. They have fun doing what they do, and they do it with a smile on their face. They are joyful warriors in the United States military and at the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. So in honor of the end of this mission and the beginning of this new facility, I had a flag flown at the state capitol by the Ohio Secretary of State's office. Here's a certificate of authenticity, proving that it's the real thing. And so there you go, Dan. And then Master Sergeant Fortney, if you would, give me the flag and I will present it to Dan Flowers. If you could hold this for me. Thank you so much. And also want to present you a proclamation, if I can, Dan. It's up here. As a proud food banker myself, I remember when these conversations first began. And Dan, your vision saw it through. A lot of people thought it wasn't possible. As you said, we're going to build a food hub in Canton, and you saw it through to completion. And so on behalf of the state of Ohio and a grateful community, I want to say congratulations to the board, to your team, and to everyone else who made this happen, as well as the team from Beaver, by the way, because it was capable hands that built this beautiful building. So there you go, Dan. Thank you so much. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Secretary LaRose. I would now like to introduce my good friend, Pastor Gary Martin of True Light Christian Church, right around the corner from here, to offer an opening prayer. Pastor Martin and I both grew up in Flint, and Flint Central is that's you. And it's an honor to have him here to pronounce a blessing this morning. So Pastor Martin, would you please come up here and bless this occasion for us? Can we get a round of applause for Pastor Martin? I love this guy. Thank you, sir. I'm going to step up here.
We welcome this food bank to Canton, Ohio. It is exciting times here. Some of us can remember when Fisher Food was right in this location. And it is a devastation when a community loses a grocery store. So many people were concerned about where were we going to get really good food, and look at what has happened. Through Dan's leadership, here we are, opening this great facility, and we're excited about the prospects of what's going to happen next. Amen? Amen. So with that, let's bow our heads. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name. We thank you for this day that you have made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. God, we ask that you would bless the endeavors of this Akron-Canton Food Bank. We pray that you will bless them, that they will help to have a thriving community free of hunger. Help them, God, to have compassion, to work with collaboration, integrity, inclusion, innovation as they serve this community. We thank you, we praise you, we give you glory. In God's name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Martin. You know, since its inception, the food bank has served primarily faith-based organizations of all kinds. Our roots are in the faith community. Our values are represented across all religions, and we will always seek to honor our heritage in that way. Speaking of heritage, Dan's feet is here. Where's Dan? Could you throw a wave? Dan is the founder of the food bank in 1982. He got this baby going. That's right. That's right. And I believe, Dan, you brought a letter to put in our time capsule today, right? So we can send this baby off into history. So thank you so much for that. It's now my pleasure to introduce Shelly Hinton, who is the heart and soul of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. I think, how long has you been here? 10, 11 years? And Shelly's the best decision maker I know. And she always says a phrase that she heard from Keith Monda, which is assume positive intent. She does so much. This project has really been, in so many ways, her baby. And could you just give a round of applause to Shelly Hinton? She's an amazing food banker. Shelly, come on up. All right.
Thank you, Dan, for those kind remarks. Good morning, everyone. We are so happy to have you here with us. The opening of the Stark County campus has been years in the making, and I stand here today honored to talk about the vision and to represent so many individuals who have contributed to this beautiful community resource where we stand right now, where we're gathered. This project embodies the convergence of so many early ideas, strategic planning with our network partners, collaboration with local leaders and advocates, investments from very generous donors, and many long hours from very dedicated staff members. You all know who you are, and I wish you all could be up here on stage with me. We're excited that this time is finally here to see the culmination of this project. It all began with a vision for community food security, a vision to strengthen our collective response to hunger by working together, and a vision for an investment in the well-being enhancement of an important area along one of Canton's key corridors. A catalyst for this vision was the Future of Food Security report in Stark County, published by the Stark Community Foundation in 2014. The report highlighted a long-term goal for a healthier and food-secure Stark County, emphasizing the need for improved healthy food access and a stronger local food system. It was this report that also guided the merger of Community Harvest with the Foodbank. The Stark County campus that we stand in today captures the very essence of the recommendation of this report. Because of all of you here, your new community investment will increase regional capacity for fresh food distribution. It will expand our reach in communities of need by engaging new hunger relief partners, and it will engage thousands more volunteers in local hunger relief efforts. We invite you to stay after the program to tour this facility. The warehouse and dock space was made possible by generous donations from Standard Printing Company and the Nolan family and Beaver Constructors Incorporated. In addition, over here, the Werner Family Marketplace will allow us to keep highly perishable foods available for partners to take and serve at their programs. Also, in the warehouse in the back corner, you will see the Giant Eagle Food Drive storage area, where local donors and organizations who hold food drives can conveniently drop off their donations. Giant Eagle, we appreciate your ongoing involvement in hunger relief and your support of this project. In the lobby, you will see the Foundation's Collaboration Center, a room funded by 6 local foundations dedicating to fostering creativity, collaboration, and new partnerships. Thank you, Stark Community Foundation, Sisters of Charity Foundation of Canton, the Hoover Foundation, the Paul and Carol David Foundation, the George H. Dubel Foundation, and the Timken Foundation of Canton. In this building, we will host many community groups, and for those meetings, we will use the Rolf R. and Grace B. Jones Foundation Boardroom, the William and Lori Shivers Huddle Room, and the Jeffrey Fisher Family Conference Room, in recognition of this site being a former Fisher's Food grocery store. You will also see the J.M. Smucker Company Community Commons, a beautiful space right behind us that is designed to bring together corporate and community groups supporting hunger relief efforts. This multi-use space will be used for educational summits for our network partners, events to celebrate our volunteers, and much, much more. Thank you to the J.M. Smucker Company for being our first $1 million donor and offering early momentum to this campaign. Inside the community commons, yes, give them a round of applause, please. Inside the community commons, you will see the MCTV and Gessner Family Foundation Coffee Center for our volunteers and guests to enjoy refreshments. You will see the AEP Foundation Volunteer Center, which will host thousands of volunteers each year who will sort and repack food so it can quickly be in the hands of people who need it most. Volunteers are vital to our operations. Thank you, AEP, for your transformational gift to our project. We look forward to hosting AEP Ohio volunteers as one of our first corporate volunteer groups. And the Network Partner Welcome Center, just over here, and the Danbury Senior Living Teaching Kitchen, which will support food-related training and educational activities for the community and our network of partners. Both areas were generously funded by Bill and Pearl Lemon, who have made a remarkable impact on this community, and we are so fortunate for their involvement in this project. Toward the front of the building, you will see the Keith D. Manda Family Food Pantry and Resource Center that will serve local community members struggling with hunger with fresh, nutritious produce and shelf-stable items, while also offering access to additional resources for family stability. It will allow us to pilot innovative food security initiatives and share best practices with our network. Thank you, Mr. Manda, for your generosity and your passion for hunger relief in your hometown. And within that resource center, the Altman Health Foundation Resource Room will provide community members a convenient space to learn about and connect with support services. A variety of organizations will offer services in healthcare, prenatal and postnatal care, legal assistance, employment programming, and the public benefit sector at no cost to community members. Many of those partners are here today, and we thank Altman and all of you for helping us serve our community with resources beyond food. Thank you. Together, because of all of you, we have accomplished so much. It was in February of last year that we met in the lobby of the Canton Repository to launch this campaign. We shared a vision of a goal of $11.5 million. And despite the setback of the pandemic and the heightened demand on our operations as we increased food distribution to address the need, construction continued on schedule, and our original fundraising goal was met. Because of investments and pledges secured from generous donors like yourself, this was all made possible. The Stark County campus was phase one of an important expansion for the food bank. And phase two includes critical renovations and a warehouse addition for greater capacity at our main campus in Akron. If we learned anything from this pandemic, it's to be flexible. And as planning for phase two of the project began, construction material costs fluctuated, and we recognized the importance of waiting for stabilization before moving ahead. So our current reality may have us campaigning just a little bit longer, so please know that if there is still time to join us if you have not yet contributed to this important project. As we get closer to cutting the ribbon to officially open this facility in the heart of Canton, I am reminded of the generosity of so many people, generosity and hard work of so many people that have brought us here. Everyone wants to live in a community that is healthy, where children, families, and seniors can grow, work, process, and prosper and live productive lives. Hunger impacts the likelihood of this. But today, we change the history of hunger relief in communities around us. Today, we address not only hunger, but the health and well-being of local residents. We impact future generations of this region. And it's because of everyone here today who invested in this project and believed in a vision of a thriving community free of hunger. We can't thank you enough. This project has many supporters, and no one is more dedicated to the Canton community and to Stark County than Mayor Thomas Burnaby. As mayor of Canton since 2016 and former Stark County Commissioner, Public Service Director, City Law Director, Councilman, and on top of all of that, a former U.S. Army captain and Vietnam veteran, Mayor Burnaby has dedicated his life to public service. He has supported this project from the very beginning and has helped us in so many ways. I'd like to welcome Canton's Mayor Thomas Burnaby to the stage.
Well, good morning to everyone here today. Wow, what a great turnout we have. It is my great honor and it is my great pleasure to be here. I drive by this site almost every day on my way home, both as mayor, as a commissioner, and for all the years past as a lawyer in downtown Canton. And I watched with sadness for the neighborhood, sadness for Canton, and for Jeff Fisher and the Fisher family when they announced in early 2018 that they were closing this facility after 84 years in business at this location. That closure, of course, meant one more challenge to food security in this neighborhood. But I watched with hope as discussions were had for the acquisition of the Fisher Food site by the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. And then I watched with the mixture, again, of sadness, but of hope, as the building was demolished in the fall of 2018. Under the watchful eye and guidance of Dan Flowers, there's not too much that can be said about this wonderful man, his executive team, the incredible food bank board of trustees, and all the wonderful donors I watched with then growing hope and enthusiasm as plans were developed for the Food Warehouse campus. A marketing and fundraising plan was initiated. The ceremony held at the Canton Repository, the groundbreaking beam signing facility here in June of 2020. Which brings us to today, 1 year, simply 1 year later, which is truly extraordinary. My emotions today are a tumult of joy, of elation, of exultation, but mostly gratitude. Gratitude to Dan, to his team, to the board, to the donors, and to everyone from the largest to the smallest who made this extraordinarily beautiful, extraordinarily functional facility happen. The phoenix has truly risen from the ashes. Words cannot express my deepest gratitude to all concerned for your work in making this a reality, and I express those words on behalf of everyone in Canton and in Stark County who will benefit from years to come by the food distributions from this beautiful, beautiful warehouse. It is now my honor to present a proclamation from the mayor's office. This is a proclamation celebrating the ribbon-cutting ceremony today of the Stark County campus. This is the Stark County campus of the Akron-Canton Regional Bank. I'm not going to read all of this, much has already been mentioned, but I do want to emphasize that we are here today for one and only one reason. Hunger and poverty are issues of grave concern across the entire United States and here at home. And here at home in Stark County, we know that 1 in 7 individuals and nearly 1 in 5 children will experience food security this year. I thank the planning that was initiated back in 2014 by the Stark Community Foundation and the report that led to this discussion. I thank all of the years of planning by the Board of Trustees of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. I thank the Stark County Capital Campaign Committees and our Wonder Foundations and other donors who joined into this. And whereas today, thanks to the extraordinary generosity, the compassion, and the collaboration of donors, both large and small, and other community stakeholders, today we celebrate the ribbon-cutting ceremony of this beautiful campus for food distribution warehousing, for food pantry services, which are so very, very important, and for areas for other community resources. And whereas in recognition of the completion of this extraordinary campus facility, we today recommit ourselves to work with renewed energy to change the course of hunger relief in our community, and we mark today as Food Security Day in Canton, Ohio. Thank you. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Canton, do hereby recognize and celebrate today the grand opening of the Stark County Community Campus of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank, and equally or more importantly, growing out of that, I declare today, July 1st, 2021, as Food Security Day. Food Security Day. This is a step forward, a major step forward in Canton and Stark County, Ohio. And I take this opportunity to thank everyone associated with the Akron-Canton Food Bank, everyone that made this achievement a reality. I thank everyone, all of you, for your commitment, and that is why you are here today, to fight food insecurity and hunger in our community. I thank each and every one of you for enriching the quality of life in our community. And I urge all citizens to join me in publicly according each and every one of you with the respect, honor, and admiration that you truly deserve. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, for your incredibly moving remarks today. That was great. Thank you, sir. Yes. Very well done. It's now my privilege to introduce a very special friend and significant supporter that flew in from Florida with his partner, Veronica, to be here with us today, Mr. Keith Monda. Keith has had an impressive career as the former president and CEO of Coach. I guess they make a lot of things, but purses are what, at my house, that they make. But after a great career at Coach, he also held senior leadership positions at the Timberland Company and J. Crew and at Pfizer. And since he's retired, Keith has focused his time on philanthropic and nonprofit leadership roles. He has chaired the Ohio State University Board of Directors as a proud Buckeye himself, and he's also chaired the Feeding America Board of Directors. Feeding America is the national network of food banks based in Chicago, so a very prominent leader in this work. Now, some of you may remember, a number of years ago, a story running in the Canton Repository about a Depression-era Canton philanthropist known only as B. Verdit. B. Verdit took out an ad in the paper and offered to help people through his post office box if they just sent him a little letter about what it was that they needed. And he collected all these correspondences with these people. They got written up in the repository where it got picked up by the Associated Press, and it ran all around the country, including the New York Times, where a Canton native who grew up in this community from a young age had a great career in business, read it in the New York Times and said, I want to make a donation to my hometown food bank, and that's when Keith Monda called me. Since then, he has been one of our most significant and faithful donors, and his work across this country has been extraordinary, but he is a Canton native, and I am so delighted to, in many ways, introduce him to some of you for the first time today. Mr. Monda, would you please come up and say a few words for us, sir?
Dan, thank you for your kind words, and congratulations to you and your team on this wonderful occasion. And good morning, everyone. My name, as you know, is Keith Monda, and I am a hometown Canton boy. My grandfather, Peter Monda, was born in Romania and immigrated to the United States in the early 1900s to start a better life for his family. I was born 75 years ago at 1432 East Tusk, less than 2 miles from here. For my first few years, I lived in my grandfather's home and had a terrific childhood with strong family values and good friends. I graduated from the Ohio State University twice, worked hard, and ended my career as the president of Coach, as was mentioned earlier. My upbringing in Canton brought about one of my core beliefs, that those who have been given opportunities have an obligation to give back, an obligation to give back. That was hard to fulfill while I was working, so when I retired about 12 years ago, I decided to spend the rest of my life in philanthropy and service. That leads us to today, hunger. Hunger is an issue that at one time or another, every family faces, every community. In my life, my father spoke to me about our family's food insecurity when he was a child. When I was in college, at one point there was a note left at my back door where a neighbor woman was asking for food to feed her children. I still have that note. As a result, hunger-related causes are a personal area of focus, feeding the line and, more importantly, ending the line. Feeding the line and ending the line. In our hometown of Sarasota, as was told, I sit on the local food bank board, also served on the National Feeding America board. I share that with you so that you understand that the Akron-Canton Food Bank is an outstanding food bank. The efforts made over the last few years have been exceptional, especially this last year. This Family Resource Center, which carries on the memory of our family in this community, is just the next step in helping hunger in Canton. For those of you who have made a gift during the campaign, thank you. For those of you who have yet to make a gift, please do. Together, our gifts will forever impact children and families today and for generations to come. Thank you.
So well done. I appreciate it. Excellent job.
Thank you, Keith. I believe we can all probably look back over our lives and think of conversations that stand out as being profoundly significant. Mom, I remember when Dad and I had dinner in Davison when I was 24, and I had no clue who I'd marry, where I'd work, what was going to happen. And he pulled out a copy of The Purpose-Driven Life. He must have known it was coming and slid it across the table. And that conversation changed my life, Mom. I remember when I got a call from John Nicholas. Where's John at? Where's John? Over here, John. I got a call from John Nicholas from Akron, Ohio. And he said, there's a food bank down here. Thanks for sending your resume in. We'd like to talk to you about this job. And that phone call changed the course of the rest of my life. And I got there was another call, another meeting that I had with Mark Smalzik here in the front row in 2016, when he indicated that he believed there was support in the Canton community for the food bank to develop a permanent presence here. And Mark is a man of exceptional judgment that I deeply respect. I've come to like it. Mark and I have some great text exchanges in the evening, and I know well the deep personal connection you have to this project. And that conversation, Mark, I don't know if you knew it, but it was planted the first seeds of belief in me that we might actually be able to do this. And from that day on, Mark and the Stark Community Foundation have been our closest partners in this project. His advice and his wisdom and faithfulness have been my constant guide, rock solid. No history of this project can ever be told without Mark Smalzik at the center of the circle of leaders that gave it wings. And I'm proud to share this moment with you, Mark. Here we are. And I'm proud to share this legacy with you, sir. Can we get a round of applause for Mark Smalzik? Come on up, Mark. We'd love to hear from you.
Good morning. Thank you, Dan. It's obvious that I'm very pleased to be here this morning. I'm here representing actually the board of Stark Community Foundation, the staff of Stark Community Foundation. In December of 2013, just a little over 7 years ago, we as a community foundation began to investigate the issue of food insecurity in Stark County. We teamed up with a consultant in the area of food insecurity, Brad Massey. I don't know if Brad is here today. He was invited. He may not have been able to make it. And that relationship ultimately resulted in a white paper that was authored by Brad, and it was entitled The Future of Food Security in Stark County. As part of that effort, we defined food security as a lack of regular access to enough healthy food for an active and healthy lifestyle. It's important to remember. What we discovered alarmed us. At that time, and this goes back to 2014, 15% of the population of Stark County were considered food insecure. That's almost 58,000 people. Of equal or greater concern was that there were almost 21,000 of Stark County's children that were considered food insecure. That's roughly 25%. 1 in 4. Our belief as a community foundation then, as well as now, is that in a community such as ours, no one should go hungry. And so, we set out on a mission to change the efficiency and the effectiveness of food distribution so that those in need of food had access to healthy and nutritious food. We convened organizations across the county that were focused on that same goal. Those organizations were both large and small. We encouraged them to collaborate to address the issue of food insecurity. Fortunately for us, our fellow foundation leaders shared our belief. Thanks go out to the Sisters of Charity Foundation of Canton, the Hoover Foundation, Paul and Carol David Foundation, the George H. Dubel Foundation, the Gessner Family Foundation, and the Timken Foundation for partnering with us in this journey. Along the way, we also found an incredible partner in the Akron-Canton Regional Foodbank. Without Dan and his team, without their solid business practices, without their extensive distribution expertise, without their volunteer network, and certainly their financial supporters, we could not achieve our original mission. Who would have expected 7 years ago that we would gather here today to celebrate the unveiling of the most cutting-edge food distribution center, food pantry, and community kitchen, certainly in all of Northeast Ohio, and we learned this morning, probably in the nation. And all of this for the purpose of serving those suffering from food insecurity, both here and in adjacent counties. It's an important and a large step in the right direction, and we're pleased and proud to be part of this wonderful ceremony today. Today is a day also to be thankful. I'm thankful for the board of the Community Foundation for approving the single largest grant ever in our 58-year history, because they understand, as all of you do, they understand the need to invest in this facility. I'm thankful for the staff of the foundation, for their commitment and their diligence in moving this initiative forward. It's very definitely their passion. I'm thankful to Dan and his team for providing the vision for this facility. And I'm most thankful for all of you, for all of your ongoing support of this very, very important work. Now, great things are happening here in Stark County. We continue to strengthen both the economic and social infrastructure of our community. Much work has been done, and much work is still needed, but we are making progress. This building, and the spirit of caring and passion and collaboration and inspiration that it symbolizes, is evidence of that progress. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Mark, and thanks to all of our speakers today. I just have a few additional remarks. We're bringing this program home, and we're going to get this ribbon cut. Now, I'm going to make this fast, but there's a couple things I have on my heart to say today, and I hope you'll just bear with me. I want to start by recognizing our tremendous facility committee chair, Amanda Montgomery, who's here today. Can we get a round of applause for Amanda? I've never seen this job done better than Amanda's done it, without question. Amanda is one of the many unsung heroes of this project. She's been with us every step of the way, and her partnership with the staff and the leadership with the board, Amanda, you have been incredible. So thank you so much. And I'd be remiss also if I didn't take a moment to mention our board chair when this project first started, Mark Pertiller. Mark is a good friend of mine. And he, was chair of the board, helped us get this thing going. And I'm sorry to get off my remarks. I love him. Mark, after we started looking for buildings, took a job down in Cincinnati, and he handed over the reins to Bill Shivers to continue the project, and Bill's done a great job. But not long after Mark moved to Cincinnati, we lost him to cancer. And I want his wife, Chesla, to know that his name was spoken today and that we love her. And to his colleagues at Goodyear, thank you so much for being here. I love that guy. All right. I want to express thanks to Greg Ernst. Where's Greg, our project architect? I hope he brought a lot of business cards today, Greg, because you did a heck of a job on this thing. Greg's been working with us for so long on this project, we gave him a 5-year pin, just like all the other staff members get. Well, one of the biggest fans of the band Rush and Neil Peart you've ever met, and he's one heck of a great architect, so we love you, buddy. I want to throw out also our thanks to Justin Leonard and Adam Bowman and John Gaetano, and then certainly both Mark and Betsy Sterling of Beaver Constructors. Where are they at, the Beaver team? Over here. Here we go. You can usually see John and Adam. Heck of a job on this building. When you're taking a walk later today, make sure you observe the cement pour. That was all Beaver's people. They have some incredible craftsmen that work from them, and they did a great job managing the project and keeping an eye on the change orders, which we really appreciate. Now, where's Jen Dyer at? Now, back over here is Jen Dyer. Jen is the director of operations at this food bank, and she led this project for the staff. She was at all the construction meetings. She managed the budget, all the change orders. She presented all the stuff to the facility committee. And at her right, that whole time, was Matt Petrick, who's over here. Can we give a round of applause to both Jen and Matt? You guys nailed it. Excellent work. Jen grew up right here in Canton. She graduated from Canton McKinley. And I've thought many times, Jen, that you were made for a time such as this. Over the years, I've come to see that a lot of stars have to align for a project like this to happen. The timing has to be right. The project and plan have to be right. People have to need it. People have to support it. People have to lead it. I could spend the whole day just talking about all of the people that have supported this project and how much we love you. But I don't have time for that, and I'd still be leaving people out anyway. But please know that we know you. We know what you did, and we love you. Over the past 25 years, I've seen a lot of milestones in this work. We've certainly come a long way. But most days aren't like today. Most days aren't like today. Just like everyone, most days it's all we can do to keep up with that day. We scramble to meet our budget just like every agency does. We work to keep the trucks on the road and the warehouse squared away. Mr. LaRose, that's one thing we're committed to. We work hard to keep our staff happy and our board happy and the community happy. Most importantly, we work hard to keep up with the pressing needs of this community. Now, of course, this recent pandemic taught us all a lesson about how fast things can change and how important infrastructure and planning can be when things break down around us. The food bank far surpassed every distribution record on the books in 2020. I'm sure you all saw pictures of the lines of cars that were served at our food bank and around the country. The needs in this area exploded last spring, and we've worked like we have never worked before over the course of the last year. I mean, we got after it. These National Guard troops were exceptional. We didn't have a food delivery program where we took food out on trucks to agencies before the pandemic. 2 weeks after the National Guard got here, we started running food, dropping it in parking lots, and setting up distributions all around the region. And in less than a year, we did 1,000 special food drops on those big LMTV military trucks. These folks were amazing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We worked all day, all night, in the weekends for a long time, and whatever the day held, we knew when we went home that we did everything that we could to give people that day their daily bread. And that's basically how every day is. We work to give people their bread for that day. But right here, right now, today is about bread for tomorrow. All of us gathered here, all of us that work to make this project happen, are calling out to the days and the weeks, in the years and the decades and the generations yet to come, that we see them and that we love them. This group of people represented here today managed before and during the worst global pandemic in 100 years to do more than just patch the holes in the wall that are holding back food insecurity in this community. We rethought the whole concept. We collaborated to ensure that the needs in this neighborhood, this community, and around the region can be met at an entirely different scale, with dozens of innovative, effective programs and ample resources to meet people where they are and to offer hope for a better future. So many great things are going to happen in these walls. So many smiles and hugs will be shared. I can tell you this. Tens of thousands of people will come to learn the value of giving their time and energy as volunteers in the volunteer center here. Many more will be served by this facility, and I can promise you this. That countless people will come to regard their very first nervous trip to our food pantry, the Keith D. Monda Family Food Pantry, where they will receive food and connect with a world of other services, as the trip that changed the entire course of their lives. We are passionate about meeting today's hunger needs, connecting the importance of hunger and health, addressing the root causes of hunger to shorten that line, and working with partners to do it. And it is in the honor of those who will walk through these doors in the future that we dedicate this building today. And so it is. Into the future we commit this work. We look forward to being your neighbors. We look forward to having you come in and bring your company and your families here to volunteer with you. And I am personally looking forward to riding one of our Foodbank Share Bites to meet one of you for lunch at the Deli, Ohio very soon. So hopefully we can make that happen. We're almost done, folks. Now I'd like to take a moment and recognize the absolutely incredible leadership of our Growing for Good campaign co-chairs, Bill Shivers and Janelle Lee, both fabulous individuals. Bill served as chair of the Food Bank's board and as co-chair again of the Capital campaign at the same time. And the huddle room upstairs on the second floor will be named in honor of Bill and Lori. We're delighted to have Bill with us. Now, Bill, I understand you had a dental procedure yesterday and are communicating through handshakes and hugs exclusively today. Is that true? So see Bill for a hug. And I forgot to mention, see Mom for a hug while you're here today, too. She's got special hugs. I told her last night, I said, are you ready to get a lot of hugs tomorrow, Mom? And she says, I'll stick around till the last hug is given. So you see Mama get one of those. I'm definitely going to get one. So anyway... but we're delighted to have you here with us, Bill, and we'd love to have you speak, but I understand that you're not going to be doing that today. But our fabulous campaign co-chair, Janelle Lee, is here, along with Colleen Benson. Where's Colleen at? Now, Colleen was the staff lead on the Capital campaign. She coordinated all the fundraising and did amazing work for us. She's our Director of Strategic Development and staff, again, the staff lead on the campaign. So could you both come forward, please, Janelle and Colleen, and we can maybe give them a round of applause. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Wow, what a wonderful day. This is so exciting, and Bill and I are excited that this day is finally here. We couldn't be more proud on such a wonderful and worthwhile, meaningful project for this community. A project that will serve generations after us, ensuring that nourishing food, community resources, and so much more is accessible in our region. We like to recognize the individuals, businesses, and foundations who came together to support this campaign. I wish I could list them all. The list is long and wide and deep, but we would be here for a very long time. You can see on the display boards by the stage, the bricks installed in the plaza, the names of those who have made an investment. Those who gave as community investors, donating $15,000 or above, will be permanently recognized on a special donor board later this summer. Together, despite the challenges we face this year, this food bank and the community of supporters have taken great strides in the fight against hunger. And because of you, the generous and loyal donors and friends of the organization were determined not to let food hunger hit this community. Together, we fed our neighbors while still maintaining our commitment of the building for this community. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Janelle. We have two ceremonial things we're going to do here at the end of the program. The first thing we're going to capture here is Dan talked a lot about food bankers of the future and what we would like to leave for them. So I'm going to hand it over to Dan for the ceremonial loading of our time capsule. And I'd also like to invite Terry and Amanda up to the stage.
Thanks, Colleen. So years ago when I was a kid, I saw a time capsule get loaded. I've been saying all through this project that we wanted to load one today. This time capsule is going to go on the wall over by the elevator. You can see it during your tour, and it's going to sit behind this plaque. And we're going to have this time capsule, well, what we're putting on here is for it to be opened at the Food Bank's 75th anniversary, 35 years from now. So I've started eating my oatmeal. Holly's been getting me more oatmeal, and because that would put me, I think I'll be 85 or 87 at that time. So I'm going to have to make a run. But Mom looks great. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. So anyway, we're going to get this thing loaded up. I've got a bunch of cool stuff in here, and what I'm going to put in here first is this commemorative photo from the Fisher grocery store. So Jeff, we're going to have a lot of Fisher grocery history stuff in here, and we also have a Fisher ad. No, this is a, I don't know. It's a Giant Eagle ad. Okay, so we're putting this Giant Eagle ad too. Sorry, Jeff. We have a really cool commemorative photo album that Colleen put together, and it says who we are, and it has pictures of all the staff, and somebody got a picture of me snoozing on the job that they put on the back here, so we'll get this loaded into there. And then we had a picnic, and we opened up the parking lot to people in the community. And so we had a bunch of neighbors come over, and we asked them to write on these cards some of their memories of the Fisher store. And they have a bunch of different cool accounts of their life and interactions here at the store that we're putting in there. And then we're also going to put a copy of the mayor's proclamation for today. So that's going to go in. And now I'm going to hand it to Shelley, who's got some goodies to put in here.
Thanks, Dan. I have some food bank promotional items. So this mini shopping cart, often we give away to a lot of like our retail or checkout hunger partners, so thank you. And then we also have this very cool major partner, Apple, that we've given away before. And lots of promotional items, chapsticks, hand clappers that we celebrate when we get donations, so a lot of tchotchkes. Thanks, Dan. Terry?
Thanks, Shelley. Good morning, everyone. My name is Terry Link, and as the current board chair, I think it's important to preserve the financial growth and history of the organization. So I'm going to submit several years' worth of annual reports and other graphs and statistics showing the growth of the hunger relief partners and food distribution over the years. Thanks. Dan? Amanda?
Good morning. As a facility chair, I would just like to echo all of the thanks to everyone whose generosity made this project possible. I have been honored and humbled to be able to work with the project team, the food bank staff, and all of our partners who took what was a vision of a Stark community campus and turned it into the building that we're standing in today. And I am so excited to have had the opportunity to be part of a change in how we serve the needs in this area through this new facility. For the time capsule, I am going to include a few of the items of the fashion of the time. So we cannot commemorate the last year without a fashionable mask, of course, so that's going to make it in there. The second is actually a shirt that is honoring the work that the National Guard did with the food bank this year. So you guys have already heard, and I would like to just, emphasize the both ability to serve the mission of serving hunger relief in the community and keeping this project on track over the last year would not have been possible without what the service they provided. It was invaluable. So a t-shirt in recognition of that. And then finally, yes, please recognize them again. And then the last one is actually one of my personal favorites. It is socks from the Selfless Elf 5K, which is one of the annual fundraisers that's held at the food bank. If you've not had the opportunity to participate, I encourage you to do so. Hopefully this year it'll be an in-person event again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Dan, Sveta, do you want to bring your letter up? Here, because we're sealing this thing right now, so if you don't mind, bring your letter up. I've got a couple final goodies. We've got some pictures from the Harvest for Hunger kickoff from 2010 on a CD here. And Colleen has given us a bunch of her old phones. Thank you so much, Dan. Dan Sveta, everybody, the founder of the food bank. Dan will stick that baby in there. I suggested that we put a couple chargers in here. I said, Colleen, what are the people in the future going to do to get these phones fired up with chargers? And she said, I'm not sure I want them finding what I was texting on my phone 35 years from now anyway. No, that's not. She didn't say that. But anyway, those are going in here. And also a K-Cup. So everyone will know what kept us powered and going during this campaign. So there we go. And we'll get these things sealed in here. And now I'm going to hand it, I think, back to you, Colleen, to take us into our ribbon cutting. Here you go. Oh, you got a letter too? Cool. Anybody else have anything you want to put in? Thank you. Thank you for this. All right, there it goes. So 35 years from now, kids, you guys are going to have to come and see this. All right, take it away.
Yeah, so hopefully we can all, or many of us can come in 2057, I think it is. So thanks so much. What a great way to commemorate this day today and who we are. This project found success because so many people came together and believed in the mission of the food bank. Woo! All right. Beautiful. I know that when we come together as a community, we can give every child, every family, and every senior citizen in Northeast Ohio the resources they need for a healthy, hunger-free life. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of so many people in this region. Together, like Shelley mentioned, we can change the history of hunger relief. I'd now like to recognize our leadership investors, those community partners who came together early in the campaign with significant gifts of $500,000 or more. We'd like to extend a special invitation to them to share in our ceremonial ribbon cutting, which we are doing now. These dedicated supporters have been instrumental in the success of the campaign. They knew the importance of this project, and they recognized the long-lasting impact it would have on our region. These investors have served as catalysts for our fundraising and have each contributed a substantial leadership gift. I'd like to recognize each investor and invite a representative up to join us at the ribbon. But first, Dan and Shelley, if you could please make your way over to the ribbon. And then I'd also like to point out Leslie Genovese over here. So Leslie is an amazing food banker who has been a great contributor to this campaign. Let's give her a round of applause. Also, an original staffer who was at our Grant Street building, if any of you were ever there. Also, Katie Carver-Reed will be handing out the scissors, our Network Partners and Programs Director. And Janelle's already at the ribbon. Bill, if you would like to join us at the ribbon as well. So when your name is called, please make your way to the ribbon. American Electric Power Foundation, represented by Gina Duplain. Danbury Senior Living and Bill and Pearl Lemon, represented by Bill Lemon. The Development Finance Authority of Summit County and Capital One, represented by Rachel Bridenstine. First Energy Foundation, represented by Mary Swan. The Jeffrey Fisher family, represented by Jeff Fisher. The Hoover Foundation, represented by Chuck Hoover. The J.M. Smucker Company, represented by John Nicholas. The Keith D. Monda family, represented by Keith Monda. Stark Community Foundation, represented by Mark Samolchuk. And Sisters of Charity Foundation of Canton, represented by Joni. Is Joni here? There she is. So thank you to everyone who has supported Growing for Good, the campaign to reach further and feed more. Investing in this project and our community will make a lasting impact, and I have no doubt the families in this region will feel the positive effects for years to come. We do have a few more folks to invite to the ribbon, so hopefully we can all squeeze in. If Foodbank Board Chair Terry Link, Facility Chair Amanda Montgomery, City of Canton Mayor Thomas Burnaby, Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose, State Representative Thomas West, State Senator Kirk Schuring, and finally Bob Fay from Stark County Hunger Task Force, who's representing more than 500 hunger relief partners in our network who we will be serving. So I'm going to give just a moment to get into place, and then I'm going to give a few instructions. We could squeeze. So I do need a little audience participation to help in a countdown. And for all of our ribbon cutters, if you could take your left hand and hold the ribbon. Prepare and position your scissors with your right hand. And then we are going to count down from 5. After we hit 1, then you're going to cut. So, got all of our photos taken. Can everyone look up and smile? Who's at the ribbon? Make sure we get our good photo out. Beautiful. Okay, so are we ready? Can you all help me? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut! Woo!
All right, to conclude the program today, we can't think of any more fitting way to wrap this thing up than to send out the first inaugural order of food out into the community. So we got this truck in here earlier, we loaded it up. Let's get the garage door open here. And this is a truck from our great partners at the Stark County Hunger Task Force. Right here on this dock, we're going to be loading up thousands and thousands of pounds of food every day. Let's send them out, the inaugural load, out into the community with a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming. You are dismissed.
You bring an energy I've never felt before. Some kind of chemical that reaches through my core. Feels like as far as you and me, I've never had a choice. You feel like home.